Good afternoon, guys. It's March 27th. We're looking at NIO, and we're going to talk about support and resistance. I don't know how to edit again, so I'm just going to go straight through it, see how I can do. So, sorry if it's not as direct as you guys want, but I'm going to try to make it short. So, support and resistance are probably the main thing that you need to look for when you're looking at a chart. For example, I like identify the top and the low of whatever chart you're looking at. This is the 100-day or the 180-day chart, 4-hour chart, basically. And support and resistance are anywhere where the stock finds or it halts at and reverses, or it finds support as it's just support and resistance as an example. And it might be hard at first to find them, but it's easier to go ahead and go to a line when you really want to, and you can pick where the points all like. See, here's a support level because it's here, 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 here. It's multiple, and it's still finding support. So no matter how long ago it was, it still works in today's time. This was back in November. So, and it's still valid today. But don't ever keep it on the line. If you're going to trade, always use the candlestick patterns. Just use the line to find the resistance, or support and resistance at least. So support and resistance, you really just want to go through and find. I'll bring my cursor all the way to the side because since I have rays going to the right, I'll just do it and I'll look for these support levels as I come down. We got one right here. And again, these support levels are just, they're zones. They're not price levels. They're really a small zone like this. Like if you're looking into it, the price is just going to bounce around. Sometimes it'll go deeper in the zone, and sometimes you will see right here as the support level. Sometimes it finds resistance, a false breakout there. That's very, very very common. We can talk about how to avoid these because if you bought this as a breakout, you'd get stopped out and lose your money. Again, this is over a long term, so usually I don't do this much, but we will look at short-term support and resistance later in this video. So again, you want to, ideally, it found support here, so you really, it would have been hard, but that was in the after hours, so I wouldn't have taken that trade because again, these are 4-hour candles. So let's go ahead and take a peek at how I would do this. And again, this is the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA. You guys really don't need this. We're just doing support and resistance right now. So let's say I'm trading on the 5-minute time frame. Again, this is one of the support levels that we drew. I'm going to delete this for now. But if I want to day trade, I like looking at yesterday's high, yesterday's low, and yesterday's high, and yesterday's low, or 2 days ago high, 2 days ago low. I also like doing the closing price. The closing price is in between here, so it's around $41. So 41, any half dollars and whole dollars act as support and resistance when you're doing it. As you can see, again, found the high of yesterday. It found resistance there, got rejected. So if we can break out of this downtrend, that would be nice. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some of these studies. Yeah, it's very, very overextended here. You could play a trade back to VWAP or this 50 SMA here, which would be nice. But again, support and resistance levels, they're zones, not just a price level. So those are really the main things that I like to look for. And a little trick that you can do is go up to a higher time frame. Really zoom in and then you can find more critical support zones, support areas. Like you can see right here, this line that I mentioned, the 2 days ago low, also corresponds with in the past. So again, like support and resistance are zones, but I just call them price levels for now, just because it's easier. But you always got to keep that in the back of your head. And we're bound for a correction because the past 4 days we've gone up 20%. So just a small 30% loss here is perfectly normal. We could be looking for an ABC pattern here. with the A being down here, and then the run up to B, and then this is C. And I could probably see a price target for NIO at 45 to 50 in the near future, probably by the end of next week. For sure of next week. We might even pull back to this 200 SMA, and I would still be bullish on it. But NIO's looking good. When we're looking at the 4-hour chart, NIO did break above the 200 SMA right here, which is very, very good. And ideally we want it to find support. Okay, that's good. It broke through the 9 EMA. So we want it to the 20 EMA, which is exponential moving average, is more of a support than the 9, just because it has higher weight. And the 200 SMA, since it's higher, since it has more weight, then it's going to be more of resistance and support. So the higher the time frame, the more that it's going to more critical support levels you're going to find, which is better because you don't want all the minor. Like if we go to the 1 minute, 1 day chart, like I can probably find all of these like small like support and resistance levels. Like there's probably hundreds on here that you can find, and you really just don't want to do that just because then it's not ethical to do that. Let's say I'm looking at the 1 minute chart, 1 day, 1 minute. That's what I want to trade on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the 5 day, 5 minute and zoom in and find the more critical support levels, which there's one right here. There's one right here. And there's also one right here. And then I can go back to the 1 day, 1 minute and find out how this is reacting within it, instead of finding all these smaller support levels. So right now we're trying to break through this. And if we can break through this 50 SMA, that would be good. Our next price target will be around 41.82. And if we can break through that, then VWAP. So that's really the basics of support and resistance lines. Again, let's see if I can... oh yeah, it's too complicated for you. I'll just go ahead and zoom in one of these. It'll just come intuitive to you as it goes on and on. But again, look what happens if I have my support levels drawn and I go to the line chart. Like you can see, I guess it just takes the closing. So again, there's zones. So like boom, find like resistance, or no, support, support, resistance, something right there. Support. Like if the line charts is better and easier to find these support levels for beginners, but eventually you'll just see it and it'll just come intuitive to you guys. Thank you. I will get into more things as it goes on. Getting better and better at talking just consecutively to you guys. We'll go over price action, how you can catch these naked trading on my indicators, how to use volume, basically really everything you really need to go ahead and start trading today, and how you can be a better trader. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.